It's Friday night hockey, late night Friday night hockey here at Arctic Edge Ice Arena. And a matchup between these two teams only separated by about 15 miles. Eastern Michigan from Ypsilanti and the University of Michigan from Ann Arbor. We're about to be live here at the Arctic Edge Ice Arena. This will be a fun one. One final home game for the season for your Eagles. And, you know, I'm a little sad about it. I'm going to miss doing this for the rest until next season. But it's always a fun time. They got a game tomorrow at Ann Arbor, so a little flip-flop, 1 and 2. But they have played once previously going into this matchup at Yost Ice Arena in Ann Arbor. U of M took that win 4-2. And the Eagles will look to avenge that loss here on home ice as both teams kind of skate out right to the center circle as we get ready to drop the puck. And that's away. Sydney Heater wins the faceoff for the Eastern Michigan Eagles. And then that puck goes careening off the skate of Regan Nolan. In her own corner, she'll just kind of swat at it and then turn it over. Sydney, good enough, plays it off the boards behind her net. I mentioned 4-2 was the final in that first matchup between these two teams. The goal scorers for Eastern Michigan in that one, Emma Smith and Maya Berezny, Both of them out tonight, unfortunately. Emma Smith still dealing with that shoulder injury she sustained a couple weeks ago. Looking to be back for playoffs is the hopes in the locker room. Talking to her pregame, she thinks she'll be back. So good news on the horizon for Eastern is that she'll be back. And Maya Berezny out this game for a disqualification last game at Grand Valley. As that shot gets ridden on net and a rebound from Middendorf is picked up and saved. Starting in net for the University of Michigan, number 31, Avery Schiff. Makes a nice first save on that one. Schiff so far played in 11 games. And she's got a win total of 3 wins, 6 losses on the season. Save percentage of .982 and allows 4.15 goals a game. We'll see if Eastern can capitalize on those numbers. Good season for her so far, but just not the greatest. But played well all season has Schiff. But we'll see what she's got in store for the Eagles on home ice. As breaking out into the Eagle zone, and a shot goes wide, redirected by Lindsay Costella. As now Sam Sitterly tries to play it off the boards to herself. She'll get it out of the zone before it gets turned over and fought for in the neutral zone right in front of the two benches. Bree Rumps playing in her last home game. Senior night honored her last Friday night against Grand Valley. A nice celebration of her, and she rifled in the first goal of that game, and Eastern took the win 5-4 and then lost the next following day at Grand Valley. Regan Nolan goes trying to pickpocket that one. Kind of does, but careening goes the loose puck into the right side corner. Battling for it, Gordon and Birch. A little bit of aid coming from each team, Carr and Rutherford. As that one gets sent towards the slot, it's chipped on net and batted out from the stick of Alexis Humphreys in net for Eastern. She has been stout all year long for them. As around the boards that puck goes. Now it's sent on net, just went wide right and goes harmlessly into the corner. Sitterly will pick that one up. Runs into Carr. She'll poke that one free. A shot on Humphreys goes wide. That shot from Ray Adilla. So no shots on net so far for U of M. 2 for Eastern Michigan. Alexis Humphreys seen a little bit of action. But Eastern keeping the shots away from the net, which you like to see. Humphreys this year, 909 save percentage as Wolford gets collided right at the blue line. 906, or 909 save percentage for Humphreys, excuse me, and 3.47 goals allowed a game. As Humphreys will freeze that one up. And with 16-14, we'll get our first stoppage in play. Kind of a fast-paced first 4 minutes there. 3:45 as we'll reset right side circle. Grace Garbaddy for U of M won that face-off and off one of the skates of an Eastern Michigan Eagle. That puck went and out of the neutral into the neutral zone, but quickly back in are the Wolverines. Pass towards the slot and a shot on net gets saved. Rebound goes around behind the net where it's picked up by Lindahl. She'll fire one, a pad save. Humphreys diving. Lindahl, the leading points leader for the Wolverines. Had a good shot attempt there, but a nice pad stop. A little bit of a entanglement between Goodenough and Ferris along the boards. As Middendorf makes a nice sidestep to the right. And here she comes, showing off a little bit of speed, enters right side. Fires one as that one gets chipped up into the netting. We'll get a stoppage, 15-24. At 45 seconds of your spot. Seemed like a win for Ann Arbor to start, but Alexis Humphreys playing between the pipes well, like I said, as she's done all year. Eastern give up a couple shots on goal, nothing in the net, which is the main key, as they'll reset right corner. Off the boards it goes. Eastern clears. Here comes the Wolverines 2-on-1. And that one-time attempt went wide. Wraparound, it's loose in the crease. Humphreys makes a pad stop. It goes into the corner. Sitterly clears, and Eastern will reset. And Alexis Humphreys can take a deep breath as she's faced a couple shots and saved them all in this last minute or so. As the Wolverines quickly out of their zone again. Caitlin Lutz with a nice back check and a stick lift. Birch finds Toompak as she'll go up right into the offensive zone. Skate towards that right side corner. She gets hit into the boards and loses that puck. Played off the boards nicely to herself by Carr. She'll fire one on Humphreys, bouncing around. It's right in front, and it's in the back of the net. And Carr, not sure if she'll get credited with the goal, but she got the first shot attempt. Bounced over Humphreys, landed in front of the red line, but then was inevitably shoved home. Carr first to the bench. She'll get that goal. 5.5 minutes into that first period, Samantha Carr finds her 13th goal of the year, 21st point. Second on the team in points and goals, only behind the captain, Julia Lindahl. Humphreys faced a lot of shots in that first 5 minutes. One of them was kind of bound to slip through. The Eagles looked to tighten up. They did that first couple minutes. Didn't really allow a shot on goal, but the pressure from Ann Arbor was a little too much. As that pass attempt redirected. Lutz fires one off the boards. Hastings will find it. Tries to clear. She can't. A shot on Humphreys. And there's the glove that she likes to show off every now and then. 13-59. Carr just gave them a one-goal lead. One-goal lead for Ann Arbor, I should say. Excuse me. Now Gordon on the face-off against Sydney Heater. Heater goes down, so does Gordon, but it comes free to Goodenough behind the net. She'll backhand one, and now it's Bree Rumps. Carr takes that one away, tries to get a shot. Goodenough got her stick in the way, lost it. And Eastern will clear, excuse me. Off the boards, a nice backhand pass, but Heater got in the way. Now it's Goodenough. She'll rifle one into her own bench. Tried to play it off the boards, but a little too high on that pass attempt. She'll get a little bit of a lapse as she comes off the ice. 13-27. Samantha Carr, the Bloomfield Hills native. The difference in the game so far. Face-off's won by Ann Arbor, and a redirection out in front. And Humphreys read it and got the glove there. Grace Bobby, the Livonia, Michigan native, got the redirection, got her stick right where it needed to be, but Humphreys reading it well. As Siddeley gets knocked down, puck goes loose into the left corner for Iris Newland. She'll chip one up out of the zone, it goes. But quickly back on it are the Wolverines. This Callis will make a nice entry and another glove save. 3 in a row from Humphreys. She likes that glove a lot, as we've seen all season long. 13:04. We're going to head back to that same right side circle dot in the Eastern offensive zone. Faceoff is won by Cummings, and that shot off the stick out in front. Bobby goes to pick it up. Backhands one into the corner. Estella gives chase on Cummings. Down to the ice goes Bobby Rutherford. Some pounding pressure on her. Puck goes up to the blue line. Shot on net in the slot it goes. Humphreys down. Delayed penalty. Ref's arm in the air. It's going to be on Eastern Michigan. Was flying to the bench with Avery Schiff, and she got there right as Humphreys made a save. And with 12:30, we'll see our first penalty kill of the game for Eastern Michigan. And it's been good so far this season. At home, they're sitting at 90% kill rate. And overall, on the penalty kill, they're at an 84.4. So definitely better at home. But we'll see if they can add to that total and kill one off. Or maybe do one better as Sam Siddeley tries to get into the offensive zone shorthanded. She does pick that one up right at the blue line, then gets walloped and knocked down as the puck goes careening down into the left corner. Whole battle for it behind the net. Tumpac kind of playing a little bit of pressure as Eastern tries to kill off a penalty kill in the offensive zone, which you don't see too often, but it works out sometimes. And a nice move and a shot on Humphreys and a nice pad save. Alexis Humphreys. Another stop on Lindahl. Julia Lindahl this season, 22 goals, 12 assists, 34 points on the year. I mentioned the #1 goal scorer for the Michigan Wolverines. A couple good shot attempts, but Humphreys up to the task so far. Bree Rumps. Back to Nolan. There's under a minute we go on this penalty kill. As Nolan just kind of flings one all the way down opposite side of the ice. No icing when you're on the penalty kill, so you can just dump it down as much as you want to kill it off. But quickly back is Garbadia. She'll go cross ice, a shot, and wow, what a goal. And Ann Arbor is buzzing right now. Natalie Farrell with a snipe into the top shelf beats Humphreys. I'm not even sure if she really saw that one. That was a laser beam. And 11:05 in this first period. It's 2-0 Farrell, and that's her 11th on the year. We've seen 2 out of the top 3 goal scorers score for Ann Arbor so far. Farrell, #3 on the team in goals with 11. As a quick reset at center ice. Eastern controls that face-off. Now it's Costello. Costello tries to go cross ice to Lutz. It gets through, but secondary help from the Ann Arbor defense thwarts any attempt of a shot. Now it's Reese Hastings. She kind of takes in 1-on-4. It doesn't really look like Eastern's offense can get set up, as the puck's just kind of bouncing around and out of the zone it goes. But got to give credit where credit is due to Ann Arbor. Just playing hounding, straight up defense, not really letting anything get set. Playing passing lanes like that one, intercepted and taken away and dumped into the corner. That was Garbaddy again. as Hastings clears it out of the zone herself and then gets stick checked from behind by Gordon. And Gordon behind her net just kind of flings one to the right corner. Backhand into the neutral zone to Gordon. She'll enter left side, circle around. Back up to the blue line. A shot and a blocker saved by Humphreys. Into the corner, Gordon chasing after it. Hustle playing from her on her shift tonight. As Eastern just going to dump one down. We should get icing unless Bree Rumps can beat her out. And the refs are going to call it, even though that was a close race down to that blue line. But with 9:32 and a 2-0 hockey game, we're going to head back into Eastern zone. Refs waiting in that left side circle. Peter and Gordon going to be on the draw in this one. And Heater gets the best of Gordon. Is good enough to just kind of backhands one around the boards. Rumps clears. And then dumped instantly back in by the Wolverines. Off the stick of Middendorf right at the blue line. Taken over by Michigan. Gordon has that one taken away by Caitlin Lutz. Lutz off the boards. Trying to play it to herself. Couldn't quite do it. Carr got in the way. As out of the zone it goes. Carr still in there. And now she's out. And the Wolverines can get back enter the zone. Would have been offsides. As Carr dances. Left side. She'll wait patiently. Fire one and a nice pad stop. Lutz dancing. Wow, what a move. She'll slide one up to Sitterly. As now it's Caitlin Lutz in on to the offensive zone and then gets hooked on that one. And with 8:35 in a 2-0 game, Eastern looks like they're going to be on the power play if I'm not mistaken. A little quick chat right at the penalty box. Looks to be Sabelos in the box for hooking. As Eastern will look to chop this lead in half, which would be a huge momentum swing for them. Power play overall this season for Eastern, 21 out of 118. 17%. And their home power play numbers sitting at 24% at home and 12% away. So just like the penalty kill unit, and I mean naturally better at home. As we're going to get Regan Nolan to the box for 2 minutes. So we'll have 1:36 of 4-on-4. We'll see if anyone's got anything special. Some more open ice for each team, each player. As Sitterly Eastern, and they do clear the puck out of their zone. Lindahl, the captain, right at the blue line, has it poked away by Sitterly and Goodenough. But it's kept in the zone by Emily Malashevsky, the Livonia, Michigan native. A couple players from Livonia on this Ann Arbor squad. It's about 35-ish minutes outside of Ann Arbor. As resetting in their defensive zone are the Wolverines as they'll look to break out. Now it's Eastern through the neutral zone. It's Sydney Heater with some speed. She'll never get a shot attempt off on that one. Pounded around by 4 Wolverines. And here comes Michigan. Once again, left side entry. Fires one towards the slot. And that pass was just too far for Cummings. Garbaty with the look for the one-timer. It was there, just a tad too far. Slid right through the crease, honestly. And under 30 seconds to go on the first power play or penalty for the Wolverines. Once that one gets killed off, they'll have about 25 seconds, roughly, of power play time. as Tumpac nearly turns that one over as it's loose in the neutral zone, and now Michigan will take over. Dumped off the boards, Costello. Up to Lutz, and Lutz dumps one down with the backhand. Kind of jostled for right at the blue line as Duffany will finally clear. She'll get that puck up to Huang as they're dancing through Carr into the slot. Excuse me. Now it's free behind the net. Newland kind of cuts everybody off, tries to clear, can't. That one shot on Humphreys. She got the glove down there and catches that one once again. And with 5:58 to go in this first period, it's still 2-0 Michigan lead. As we'll go right side circle. Gordon and Wolford. Is that shot another glove save from Humphreys? My, oh my. That glove is tracking tonight. The scoreboard doesn't look like it, but that's 6 or so saves with the glove in this first period. Seeing it well. Is that shot into the slot, redirected, another kick out pad stop. Nolan clears, Sitterly trying to give chase down, and we'll get icing once again. As we'll head all the way back down. Eastern can't change, but U of M can due to the icing, so Eastern will have a couple tired legs on the ice, but mostly a fresh line that just came on before that icing. And so with 5:41, we'll do it again. Now it's Ferris. She'll slide to the left, and that shot gets, not sure if that got on Humphreys and got deflected, but either way, stays out of the net, and now it's 2-on-2. Humphrey, or Hastings and Sitterly. Little two-man back and forth. That shot blocked before it got there. And a big hit along the boards. Both players kind of went down awkwardly, slow to get up, but they both do get up. Hastings a little slow. It's just kind of hobbling around. But here comes Ann Arbor. Through the neutral zone comes Dilla. Back skates. Backhands one for Nolan to pick up. Sends a saucer pass just too far for Cormier. Peter tried to get the redirection to her. And out of the zone it goes. U of M changed lines. Costello. Backhands one taken away. Phillips. She'll fire one on Humphreys. Makes the save. Corrals the rebound. And 4:33 on the clock. Still 2-0 Wolverines in this first period. It's been all Michigan so far. Started off, Eastern got a couple shots on net, but it has flipped to 180. The pressure from the University of Michigan has been stellar as that one goes around the boards. And a big hook and hold, and we'll get a whistle on that one as Caitlin Lutz tried to break out of the offensive zone and couldn't quite do it. Going into this game, Eastern Michigan sitting at 8-15 on the year, and the University of Michigan a nice 10-10-1. And due to that penalty, we're going to head down into the Eagles' offensive zone. Penalty gets called on Kara Kolwich. 2 minutes for hooking, as Eastern looks to bounce back and get some momentum. 0 for 1 on the power play so far tonight. Stick breaks for Sydney Goodenough as she'll skate off. Humphreys out of her net to play it. Backhands one to Nolan. Lindahl giving chase shorthanded. Costello couldn't quite corral it on her stick, but picks it up off the boards, then dumps one down left side corner. Duffany tries to send one around the world. Couldn't quite do it. Lutz. She'll stop and wait. Up to Nolan. Nolan, her shot wide right. Goes corralling off the boards. Sitterly. Backhands to Costello. Costello nearly lost it. Then is able to just kind of dump one right corner. Lutz got there first. Kind of boxes out the Ann Arbor defender. Drops it off Nolan. Nolan will fire another one. And a glove stop and freeze from Avery Schiff. 3:20 to go. 1 minute exactly on the power play left for Michigan, or for Eastern Michigan. Whole bunch of Michigans going on, and I'm getting a little confused, but 1 minute left on the power play for Eastern, 1 minute on the penalty kill for Michigan. As Iris Newland will skate off right as the puck gets dropped into the right corner it goes. Then it comes to Costello at the blue line. That shot got on net, but blocked before it got there. And now here come the Wolverines shorthanded. And once again, Humphreys down in the butterfly. Robs Ferris. Ferris has one goal tonight. But another glove stop from Alexis Humphreys. As Ann Arbor wins that one, shorthanded. And going down and crashing into the boards was Cummings, but she bounces right back up. Good to see she's all right. As Costello flying down that right side, just kind of tries to dump one. And now it's reset back into Eastern zone. Under 30 seconds to go. Loyola Wolford finds that loose puck. Sends one on net. It's played by Schiff. And so frees that one up. And Eastern's got 15 seconds to do something on the power play if they can. And we'll go left side circle for this faceoff draw. Puck's dropped and Ann Arbor controls that one, but can't clear it as Regan Nolan plays her spot at that blue line so well. Sydney Goodenough pokes one to the corner. But a stay-at-home defenseman is Sydney Goodenough. Doesn't really get out of position much. But just salvage. She'll play on the puck and then get right back to where she needs to be. Doesn't allow too many breakouts while she's on the ice, which is obviously what you're going to want from your defenseman. And she'll do that as well for you. Just clear it out of your zone into the opposition zone. The refs aren't going to agree with that one as we'll get icing. With just under 2 minutes at 1:55. 2-0 still the score here at Arctic Edge Ice Arena. We'll get back down to this right side circle. Ice, ice, baby, playing in the arena. Let's kick it, the ref says, as he drops that puck and a shot instantly. Nearly found the back of the net, but just hit the side of it. And now here comes E.J. Middendorf as she gets knocked down right as she enters the offensive zone right at the left side blue line in front of the Ann Arbor bench. Battle for it still continuing right at that spot, and now it comes clean. Here comes Michigan in left side. A shot over into the slot once again. Ann Arbor's ran a lot of that, and Bree Rumps just laid out Callis. That's a good no call, honestly, as Callis. Rumps had the puck. Callis just got in the way. Refs left that one to be. And they didn't like that icing. However, as we'll come back down with 1:12. Left side circle this time. 4-on-4 action. Garbady and Heater. And Garbady's going to get the best of Sydney Heater on this one. But Eastern able to clear the puck out of their zone. Now it's Costello who picks up in the neutral zone. Under a minute in this first period. It's kind of slowing down a little bit after those first 10 minutes as Cormier picks that pocket and then dumps one down right side corner. Around the world it goes. Michigan clears. A nice pass to herself, Lindell, the captain. She tried to get one on net, couldn't, as Malashevsky drops one off. Wolford and Lindell go at that one. Malashevsky in for some aid. Costella in for some aid. There's under 20 seconds to go. 15 seconds on the clock. Wolford tied up with Malashevsky. Now it comes loose right into the face-off dot. Lindell picks it up. So we go into the top of the slot. A shot high, wide. Almost the buzzer beater. And Eastern will clear it and clear out the final couple seconds of that first period. A lot of action in that first 10 minutes. Samantha Carr and Natalie Farrell, the two goal scorers for Ann Arbor. 15 minutes on the clock. We'll be back after this. Welcome back in. Second period action just about underway here at Arctic Edge Ice Arena in this Michigan close crosstown matchup. Score sitting at 2-0 Ann Arbor. As Eastern will look to bounce back in this second, try to net one, cut the lead in half, and go from there. But we'll see what this second period's got in store for us. Intermission, I got the word that the motivation for this Eastern team, slushies. Coach Taylor said, anybody who scores or gets an assist, you're getting a slushie. As a little extra motivation to cut into this lead and try to take down the 10-10 Michigan Wolverines as it starts off quickly with a face-off win for Eastern, but the puck's taken into their zone by Ann Arbor. Rumps a circle behind her net. Two penalties kind of either way last period. We'll see which team can kind of clean it up and which one can take advantage of the power play is good enough. Just kind of loses that one in her own skates. And behind the net it goes. But Nolan was able to pick that one up and clear it out of the zone as it goes bouncing into the neutral zone and dumps down into the right corner where it'll be picked up. And then Nolan's going to take that one and fire and just wide right of Schiff. Didn't quite get that one on net. Right at the blue line, Eastern trying to keep it in. Diving goes Middendorf. Couldn't quite do it as Phillips clears and takes it all the way into Eastern zone, then turns it over. Middendorf, a cross-ice pass. Lutz was there off her stick. But she'll get kind of pounded by Dilla and Phillips. As it comes free, here comes the Wolverines. Off the skate. And into the corner. Now it wraps around. Now it's Lutz. Plays it off the boards, drops to one knee, gets right back up, picks up the puck. Tries to clear it out of the zone. Nicely kept in and a shot blocked. Duffany was on the front end of that slap shot, and I think Lutz got her skate in the way for the block. And now it's McGough. Into the slot it goes, and it never got a shot off with Samantha Carr. She had the first goal, that kind of rainbow bounce over Alexis Humphreys, and then was shoved home. That came about 4 minutes, and a poke through the legs by Toompak, and then she gets ridden off the puck by McGough. Getting 3 rumps behind the net. She goes down, tried to find that one into the slot, couldn't quite do it. Kept in the zone and a shot all the way on Schiff, but she was down in the butterfly and got the pad there. And now Gordon fires a shot high glove side. Eastern clears it. Pass goes through the legs to Hastings, but she couldn't quite corral that one. Now it's Gordon once again. Tries to go back and oh, what a tic-tac-toe beauty. Wow. The passing just caught Humphreys on the opposite side of the net. Gordon and Carr, the assisters, Ava Huang. Buries that one. It's 3-0 at 17:06. Just crisp passing from Michigan. That was gorgeous. But that's not what you wanted if you were Eastern. You wanted to come out and find one, not give one up. But we'll see how they respond to this 3-0 deficit as it's Gordon and Sitterly behind the net. And right at the blue line, Gordon tries to poke it to herself as Carr kind of fullback-esque, knocks down Siddeley, keeps the puck. And now it's Peter just fires one out of her zone and clears it. Ferris in her zone, dropped it off to Metz. Metz went back to Bobby. Now that pass intercepted in the neutral zone. Now it's Ferris. With cross ice to her defenseman partner. And then that one's fanned on. Cormier will take it away. Scheif lost her stick. It's behind the net. Into the slot goes the puck, and Callis will pick it up harmlessly and clear. And Metz will go pick up the stick for her goalie. As that shot gets chipped up wide right. Back post. Bobby was there. Now she'll send one into the slot. It's loose and then corralled by Humphreys and frozen up with 15:40 to go. 3-0 the score. Thanks to Ava Hyun. We'll reset left side circle of the offensive zone for Ann Arbor. They're skating left to right in this period. Eastern going right to left on your screen. Is that shot blocked before it got on target? Rebound into the corner. Now it's into the slot. Humphreys makes one save. Now the rebound goes back up top. A slap shot. Redirected it in the net. Kylie Duffany. She'll get credit for that goal. Just slapped one right in front of her bench at the blue line. It got, not sure who it got deflected off of, but into the back of the net it goes. And 4.5 minutes in, you give up 2 if you're Eastern. It's going to be a tough hill to climb back up through these next 2 periods, but we'll see what kind of resilience they can have as they win the face-off. Now it's good enough. She'll dump one down in the right corner. Phillips and Lutz chase at it. Phillips kind of spins back with the puck. Siddeley. And now Malashevsky couldn't clear it. Middendorf into the slot for Lutz. Lutz tries to shoot. Got blocked. Siddeley came behind with a nice stick lift. Now it's Malashevsky. Up to the captain. Lindell. In. Nice deke to the backhand. Tries to stuff one home, and it's in. There's only a matter of time before the points leader for Ann Arbor got involved and shown that her 23rd goal of the season with that breakaway beauty. Julia Lindahl extends the lead to 5. And this is not how the Wolverines picture this one going. Or excuse me, how the Eagles picture this one going. This is exactly how the Wolverines wanted this one to go. Now it's Dilla versus Wolford to start this one. 3 goals in 5 minutes of play in the second period. Tough pill to swallow for the home team. Lindahl has 2 points. Got the assist earlier tonight. And the goal there extends her point total to 36 on the year. Loose in the right corner it goes. Tumpac picks it up. As she'll dump one out of the zone and clear it. Picked up by Kolwich. And her pass gets intercepted by Layla Wolford. And she'll turn that one over. Behind the net it goes. Carr, right as soon as she gets on the ice, picks that one up. And dances towards the slot. And that one gets sent and just wide to the right. Wrap attempt. Humphreys got the pad down on the post. Makes the save. Tumpac clears it. And now it's Carr once again. Drops one off. A shot, a rebound. It's loose. Fired, and Humphreys got to the other post. Makes the save. Eagles clear. It goes bouncing up. Cormier tried to kick it to herself, goes down. And now it's Carr. She'll enter 2-on-2. Fades towards that left side, goes to the backhand and lost one into the corner. Wolford goes up to Heater. And backhands that one. It just seems Eastern kind of out of this one. Out of the zone goes the puck. But it just seems that they started off with a little bit of fire. And it's just kind of slowly gone away as this game has progressed. Middendorf, they need something to kind of pick that energy back up, and a shot gloved away. And Schiff kind of throws a little bit of a shove, a blocker chop, if you will. But either way, 12:33, it's 5-0 here at Arctic Edge Ice Arena. All Michigan Wolverines tonight. As we'll go left side circle. The absence of Maya Berezny in the Lightning line. I know I kind of flopped their names. Energy line, Lightning line. I think Lightning line's got a better ring to it. Clearly kind of showing their effect in this one as Lutz tries to spear that one along. Now fighting for it. And she'll get down there. Caitlin Lutz tries to chip one short side. And Schiff plays that right post extremely well. Eagles kept it in the zone. Now it's Ferris, so she'll kind of circle back and deeper into her zone. Some energy shown from this top line. Lutz tries to get that pass through. Couldn't after she intercepted that one. Middendorf gets in the way with a nice stick lift. Gets it over to Sitterly. Sitterly's just going to fire one in from the blue line. Schiff plays it off her stick to the corner. Rutherford picks it up. One-timer and a high shot from Goodenough way out there. Rebound picked up by Lutz. She'll get it up to Sydney Goodenough. Goodenough. She'll fire one blocked before it got there. And Ferris kind of wincing after caught that one up high in the arm, it looks like. Now it's Rutherford. She'll enter back into right at the top of the key. Sent that one wide to the right. Toompak will pick it up. Wraps to the right side corner. Now it's Wolford behind the net. She gets ridden off the puck in. Loose! And a shot goes wide. Toompak, I don't know if we got a full stick on there. And now breaking out is Natalie Farrell. Farrell's going to fire one blocker there for Humphreys. As Iris Newland goes to the backhand looking cross ice for Nolan. Nolan, the top scoring defenseman on this team. Just kind of dumps one down into that left-right corner. Kolwitz played it to herself up the boards around Cormier. She went. Now that pass up to Lindahl, the captain, too far. The most recent goal in this game from her. She'll battle a couple Eagles. She'll just, oh my gosh, dancing all the way around. Beauties of moves coming from Lindahl tonight. Lindahl, excuse me. You can see why she leads this team in points. Always active on the ice. Active everywhere. As Eastern wins that one. Rumps plays it off the boards to herself. Got Cormier to the right. Finds her. Cormier in and scores! Morgan Cormier rifles one in the back of the net. And now this building erupts. They've been waiting for that one. Rumps plays it off the boards, goes cross ice, and Cormier does the rest. Beats the glove or the blocker side of Schiff. And you get Freebird erupting in the stadium now. Now Eastern might have new life after that. 10:09 and 5-1 to score. As McGough will pick that loose puck up. Enter right side. And she'll chip one off the back wall. Carr. And Costello, now it's loose. Picked up. Dancing around a shot and a stick save. And frozen up and getting a little chippy. This little extracurricular shove from Costello sends Brooke Metz to the ground. The 5'11" defenseman from Shelby Township, Michigan, Brooke Metz. Eagles making a line switch here. 5-1 the score, 9:51. As we'll get a left side circle draw, won by the Wolverines. That's loose, backhand. Off the boards, the goal announcement, and you can hear kind of a after cheer once again as Siddeley picks it up. And she'll send one that went off the side of the net. Siddeley almost found the second in 2 minutes for Eastern. And now it's Carr. And she'll dance one-on-one with Caden Birch. As Carr went down, never got a shot off. But Ann Arbor keeps it right at the blue line. A shot. Nolan intercepts that one. Plays it to Caitlin Lutz. Lutz dances towards the center, then has it poked away. And ref's arm is in the air. A delayed penalty on Eastern. If we're going to get that on Lutz right at that hit, I don't like that call at all. I know I could be a little biased, but if that's the call we're going to get, I heavily disagree. But either way, 8:52. And from the looks of it, Caitlin Lutz disagrees as well. As she should, in my opinion. That just seemed like incidental contact. I mean, she got the puck knocked away from her, was turning to chase after it, and I think ran into Gordon. But refs deemed it a penalty, so Lutz into the box for 2 minutes. We'll see who can win this special teams play with 2 minutes, as Michigan controls that opening faceoff to start the power play. Pass went too far from McGough, and Abby Toonpak raced down there, but couldn't quite outspeed the Ann Arbor defenseman, and now it's Gordon. She plays that one up to Garbatti. Garbatti will dance behind the net. Circles. Up top, McGough. The official call on the Caitlin Lutz penalty is cross-checking. Again, from my point of view and angle, it seemed like incidental contact, but refs deemed it either way. And Bree Rumps kind of 2 points in 2 games, laying a little bit of a hit right there. And just racing back and forth. Look at the hustle. Short-handed. She gets tripped. And we're not going to get a call on a trip. Into the offensive zone goes the Wolverines. And Eagles do clear it. No call. All the way down. With 30 seconds to go on the power play. Here comes the Wolverines, a shot, and into the back of the net it goes, off the glove, it's redirected and in. And Ann Arbor responds on the power play, nets that one, extending the lead back to 5. Madison Ferris rifles that one into the back of the net. Ferris with her second goal on the year. With that one that we just saw. 6-1, 7:14 to go. Eastern corrals that face-off and then nearly turns it over to Bobby. Behind the net, dances around is Iris Newland. And now it's up to Siddeley. Siddeley, right side. Kind of gets knocked down by Duffany in the corner. Up top to Newland. She'll send one. It gets redirected just wide. Lutz to Middendorf. She'll rifle one. It's loose in the crease. Trying to jam it home. It stays out of the net. And with that whistle, it goes dead. No goal. And you see Schiff getting a little fist bumps from both her team, keeping that one out of the net. 6:36, 1-6 the score. With Avery Schiff playing a phenomenal game. Drops the puck. And that shot by Lutz blocked. Their second shot blocked before it got there. And now Kolwich will just backhand one around the boards. It goes. Newland came crashing down. Couldn't quite play it. And now it's up to Carr. And that went off her stick. Here comes Eastern trying to respond. Off the boards for Lutz right in front of her bench. Just off dumps one down. Into the neutral zone it goes. Newland knocks that one away. Tumpach comes in, tries to pick it up. Nobody really got it. Now it's Rutherford. Flings one opposite side corner. Tumpach plays it off her stick and it gets tied up left side corner. Kicks it to herself. Into the slot it goes. No eagle there. Rutherford close on spot but couldn't quite get there. As Tumpach gets hounded and goes down. And now Ann Arbor breaks out. Here come the Wolverines. Young's got a goal tonight as she'll fly down that right side into the corner. And out of the zone it goes. McGough will pick it up. 5:14 left in this second period. Backhand blocked by Nolan. Didn't get on net. It goes sliding into that left corner for Caden Birch. She'll play it over to Nolan. Nolan goes cross ice up to Rumps, who 2 points in 2 games, as I mentioned. And she'll chip one, try to mash it home. Cormier tries to do the same, stays out. And with 4:49, we'll get another offensive zone face-off for Eastern Michigan as Cormier went down trying to jam it home as Heater comes in to get a little bit of a cleanup duty on her jersey with the ice. And now it's Dilla and Heater. And Dilla wins that cleanly. Ferris plays it off the boards. And now instantly into a breakout is Ann Arbor. Into the slot, fired. And now it's Cormier coming the other way. Her pass too far for Heater. Rumps flying down once again into that corner. Into the slot it went. No one there as Nolan slides to the left. Then has that one taken away by Farrell. Out of the zone it goes. She gets tripped down. And we're going to get an Eastern Michigan power play with 4:16 to go in the second period. 1-6 to score. We'll see if Eastern can respond on the power play of their own after Ann Arbor just did that previously. As we'll reset in the Eagles' offensive zone. Two minutes on the clock. Going to the box, Natalie Farrell for tripping. Malashevsky and Cormier go at it, and Malashevsky wins that one. Lutz knocks it down, and Nolan keeps it in the offensive zone. Now they'll set up their power play. Lutz tripped up, fell down. That shot gets deflected high and wide, trying to wrap, and Schiff got back there with the pad. A nice play by her. As now it's Lindahl all the way down. Lost it. Eagles had a great scoring attempt there. I didn't quite see who got to wrap. I think it was Sitterly. And now it's Lutz right outside. Just slowly enters, patiently waiting. And that shot gets blocked before it got there, but Lutz will find it in that right side corner. Goes cross ice, back post shot. Oh, it rung iron. Regan Nolan, a nice find from Caitlin Lutz, read that well, but that shot just hit the pipe. And another shot from Nolan, blockered away. And now Malashevsky able to just get there before good enough and clears it all the way. Under a minute to go now on the power play as Sitterly nearly lost it, then sends one up to Sydney Heater. Here comes Heater right side. His heater slides, nearly met Mets right there at the faceoff circle. That looked like that was going to be a scary collision between those two. Michigan dumps that one all the way down. Eastern forced to reset. And Heater couldn't quite curl that one. Fans on that pass. Now it's back to Costello with 20 seconds. Time for one last power play burst. If they've got it, they dump one down. Metz picks it up behind her net, rifles it off the boards. Good enough, kept it in. Couldn't keep that one in. As all the way back down into the Eastern zone we go. 2:17 on the clock. Back to full strength are the Wolverines. As backhanded around, Rumps comes off the ice. Metz picks it up behind her net. And Ann Arbor back to full strength, looks to break out. Off the glass it goes. Backhand pass, a shot high and wide off the glass it goes. Left side corner. Now it's down low. Into the slot. A pass, and oh, that one just went wide. A great scoring chance. Once again for Carr. As now Middendorf gets it out of the zone. Wolverines tag up and Metz enters. Ref's going to say offsides with 1:28 to go in a 6-1 hockey game here in the second period. Lone goal tonight from Morgan Cormier for the University of Eastern Michigan. Cut the lead to 4, and then Ann Arbor responded on the power play, extending it back to 5. Up to Layla Wolford, but she'll chip one to herself. Wolford trying to catch up to it, and a shot and saved by Schiff. Tumpach backhands that one. Wolford on the ice. Rutherford and Tumpach on the ice. This is a nice little line for Eastern. Forward-wise, Birch and Nolan. 4 of these players played with each other last year. Layla Wolford, the only one who didn't. But 4 sophomores on the ice for Eastern. Chemistry is there as that pass gets intercepted. Down circling back behind the net we go. 40 seconds left in this period. It's Nolan. She gets it up to Tumpach, who pokes at it. Calling for icing is Schiff, and she's going to get it. Touched by Ferris, and we'll skate all the way back down into Eastern's defensive zone with 33 and a half seconds remaining. 6-1 is the score in favor of the University of Michigan Wolverines. Faceoff is won by Michigan. Out of the zone, it eventually gets poked. And Duffin is just going to dump one back down. Nolan sends one off the boards. Cormier down there as McGuff goes down. 10 seconds to go. Does Michigan got one last push in them? All the way down it went. Nobody looks like they're going to get a shot off as Eastern will dump it down in the form of Caden Birch right at the buzzer. And after 2 periods of play, it's 6-1 in favor of Ann Arbor. We'll be back after 15. Don't go anywhere. We got a finish in store for you. And welcome back in. Third period action just about underway. 30 seconds winding down in this last second intermission in the final Eastern Michigan Eagles home game of the 2025-2026 season. 6-1 is the score right now. And the lone goal for Eastern coming at the stick of Morgan Cormier. It was assisted on the play by Bree Rumps. But Cormier on the season, 23 games played. That was her 5th goal, 7 assists, so she's got 12 points. And if you can hear the final countdown playing on the broadcast from our music team, it is the final countdown to this final period, home period of the season, I should say. Still got a game tomorrow to finish out the regular season. And then comes the playoff time. And as of now, Eastern's going to be playing Penn State at 2 p.m. on Thursday the 19th at Kilpatrick Arena. And if they can win that, they'll play Dearborn, who they played hard and played well against. Came up short in those 2 games. So they need to win about 5 games, or 4 games, excuse me, to be able to make nationals this year. The winner from each playoff bracket gets an automatic bid, as Humphreys will make a glove save and freeze that one up with a minute gone by in this period. Other matchups in the CCWHA playoff bracket. Grand Valley versus Ann Arbor, Michigan. And you sure are going to have some Grand Valley scouts watching this one. Common opponent for both of them. We'll see kind of how they played, their tendencies as diving to that right post. And Humphreys plays it well. Another wraparound attempt knocked away with the pad. Eastern clears. Indiana Tech taking on Aquinas, and Miami plays Davenport, getting the byes, like I mentioned earlier, U of M, Dearborn, Adrian, Michigan State, and Lake Superior State, an opponent Eastern never played this season. Played everybody else except Penn State, but they will get them in the first round of the playoffs. We got one more guaranteed game, and then after that, it's win or go home. As Cummings behind the net, show wrapping, fire one, just went wide of the top shelf. Tumpac clears it. As it's dumped down. As Newland will play it, backhands one towards Costello. Costello kind of boxes out Carr and then turns it over. A trip on Costello. She knew it. Show to the box. 2 minutes for tripping. As Gordon kind of gets up smiling. Her team's laughing, make sure she's all right. But 2 minutes on the clock, 17:56. It's still 6-1 in this game. Here at Arctic Edge Ice Arena. Cold in the arena, but it's warming up outside. In high 30s as of late. But we'll see what can heat up for either of these teams entering playoffs. Is that one just going to get dumped all the way down? We should. Thought we'd get nice and got waved off. Must have been touched on its way down. Oh, excuse me. There's a penalty. I just called that. I should have known that. That's on me. But Eastern on the power or penalty kill for that trip, which I had just called. As Nolan will clear that one. And 1:20 to go on the power play for Ann Arbor. Lindahl enters left side. Sydney Goodenough cleans that up. Off the boards it goes. Rumps tries to clear. She's been playing with so much energy tonight. As now it's Lindahl. She'll dance. Loses that one. Goodenough just knocks it away from the goal. And now Malashevsky. Up top, Lindahl rifles one off the boards. Went wide. Stick side. Now another shot and Humphreys down. Butterfly makes the save with the glove once again. And freezes it up. 16:36 left in the game. We'll get a right side circle draw in the Eastern Michigan offensive zone. Puck's dropped in Ann Arbor controls. A one-time attempt goes wide. Rumps plays it off the boards to herself. Rutherford's with her 2-on-2. Rumps, she gets knocked down. Her glove goes flying off. Gonna skate on without it. Gordon will find it in the neutral zone. Rumps, no glove, no problem, hacking at the puck. Trying to knock it away from Garbeady, but couldn't. She'll patiently wait, drop it off in that left corner. Then Rumps intercepts that one out of the box as Costello. She'll enter the offensive zone and get ridden off the line into the net. She'll circle behind the net. Newland tries to kick it to herself at the blue line, couldn't. And Sitterly screams down, picks that one up, sends it over to Wolford. Full line switch for the Wolverines. Puck's tied up in front of the boards. Now it comes free to Newland, who chops one off the boards. And now Wolverines enter left side. A flip high over the net. Newland and Kolwich go at it. Rumps came in, still playing without a glove is Bree Rumps. That is just the type of hustle she's had all year long. The senior leader on this team. An assist tonight, 2 points in 2 games. Has just barely keeping it in the zone, all the Wolverines. As Rumps, now she goes in, finally picks up her glove and gets it back. Michigan still keeping it in the zone. That's Grace Bobby behind the net. She'll send one. Got knocked off line. Rumps flips one up towards the blue line. Sitterly was there. Kept in by Kolwich once again. Now it's slowly on to Humphreys, who gets the glove over top of it. And with 14:30, we'll get another stoppage in play. 1-6, still the score here at Arctic Edge Ice Arena of Canton. Left side circle. Garbeady and Heater, 4-on-4. Numbers, that is, not players on the ice, which I'm sure you can see. Eastern wins the faceoff and clears. Sydney Heater right along the right side of the boards gets leveled. Loses the puck. And resetting are the Wolverines in their own zone. Lutz came in, poked it free. Then turns it over to the captain. Lindahl sends one, tries to go chop it short side. Couldn't quite do it. Lutz couldn't clear. Lindahl kept it in. Flips it into the corner to Garbeady. Nolan and Malashevsky. Birch comes in for a little bit of help. Malashevsky backhands one. Out of the zone it goes. E.J. Middendorf with some speed. Tries to get it to Lutz. Cross ice too far. Left side corner for Caitlin Lutz. Tied up. Comes loose into the slot, but only Wolverines there. Nolan dumps one back down. Brooke Metz behind her net. Chips one up towards the blue line, and here comes Michigan. 2-on-1 to the right side. Trying to go to the back post for Cummings, and Sitterly was all over that. And now Goodenough gets smoked into the boards. And down she goes. Getting a little chippy in this third period. Just under 13 minutes left. A shot from the slot high, bouncing loose. Picked up in the corner by Cummings. And now it's Abby Tumpach right in front of the benches, and she'll just dump one off the boards into that left side corner. Out of the zone once again. Costello out of the box after a couple minutes in there for a trip. Loose right in that face-off circle, and now it's Carr trying to take on 3 Eagles at once. She goes down. That pass out in front. Cormier couldn't quite catch that pass from Costello, and now it's back down into Eastern zone. 12 minutes remaining in a 5-deficit game for Eastern. A turnover behind the net. A wrap attempt knocked off by Costello. Backhander rumps off her skate. She couldn't corral it. And now a trip on Layla Wolford. She knew it. Stopped playing, almost looked directly at the referee. Rumps touches it. 2 minutes for tripping goes Layla Wolford. Wolford this season has had a fairly good freshman season. Still waiting on her first goal. But 3 assists on the year, playing on that 4th line, usually on the Lightning line with Beresny and Hastings. But like I said, Beresny out of this game for a disqualification of a punch thrown against Grand Valley. So a little bit of a lineup shakeup for Eastern. And you can kind of tell that they're missing some of their firepower, some of their energy, some of their stars with her and Emma Smith both out. And a redirection from Cummings right in front of the net. And Ann Arbor extends their lead 7-1, and they're having all the fun. 11:31 to go in this third period. 7-1 is the score. And we'll reset right in the center as Siddeley goes down. But Middendorf to Nolan to Goodenough. Goodenough will fire one off the boards to Nolan. Nolan to Siddeley. Siddeley up to Lutz. Nice passing here from Eastern. Lutz has it poked. Out of the zone. No, kept in the zone by Regan Nolan. She'll dance. A shot and a nice save. Rebound was loose. And now it's kept in the zone once again by Nolan. And oh, she rung the crossbar. That's the 2nd time tonight Nolan has hit the post or the crossbar. Carr gets the assist on that last goal. McAllis lost that one in the right corner. Now it's up top. A shot blocked by Middendorf on Phillips. Now E.J. Middendorf tries to get a backhand pass across. Siddeley gets ridden into the post. The net comes off its pipes. And we'll reset. We'll get the net back situated in the 10:30. We'll reset. Left side circle. (7-1) the score here at Arctic Edge Ice Arena. Layla Wolford out of the box on that face-off draw. She corrals it in the left corner. Now it goes to the right corner for Abby Tumpach. She gets tied up with a couple Wolverines. Malashevsky trying to kind of jam it free, and it finally does come free. Gracie Darby sends one into the slot, trying to find her captain, Lindahl, but she was tied up, and now a redirection read well by Humphreys makes the save. Costello backhands one to Rutherford. Rutherford up back to Costello. Here she comes right side. She'll fire one Knocked down with the glove. And now into that right corner. Wolverines breaking out. Left side entering. Malashevsky backhands one. Went wide of the net. Rumps clears it. Into the neutral zone it goes. And now Rumps finds that puck. She'll skate right at the center of the zone. Fire one on net. And a nice pad stopping, covered up by Avery Schiff. 9:14, that remains in the final home game for Eastern Michigan in a 7-1 hockey game. Faceoffs won by Ann Arbor in their defensive zone. They clear the puck out of their defensive zone and now are instantly into Eastern's defensive zone. A lot of defensive zones in that sense, but here we are. And one more for you as the puck exits the Eastern defensive zone. And Rumps will pick it up. Here comes Bree Rumps dancing around in ref's arm in the air. We'll get a penalty on Ann Arbor. Eastern will go on the power play for 2 minutes. 8:47 to go in the game. We'll see if this can spark a little bit of a momentum. If they got a kind of miraculous comeback, it would be if they can do it. Down 6 with 8 to go. But you get 1, you get 2, you never know what'll happen. Confidence could get shaken of the goalie, Avery Schiff. She kind of lets 2 quick ones in. Gets in her own head, but she has played a stout game, almost been a brick wall all game long. Only let 1 pass, and that was on a 2-on-1 breakaway for Eastern, which Rump slid it across for a one-time attempt to Morgan Cormier, who rifled one top shelf. As that one gets sent on net, and kind of just like a shortstop, didn't even down on the butterfly, just caught that one right out of midair like it was a line drive. 8:30 in the game, 1:43 to go. In the box is Michaela McGough for Ann Arbor. As Michigan wins that faceoff, dumps one down. As Nolan will kind of nonchalantly go pick it up. Interference to call on the penalty. As Young, the only real Wolverine down there, is she'll trip up Nolan. Alexis Humphreys right to the bench. Rumps on the ice. Cormier is going to wait and reset. We'll get 6-on-4 for Eastern. If they can make something happen, it's going to be now. Good enough. Backhands one up to Lou. It's a bad pass. All Michigan's got to do is touch it to get this 6-on-4 away. A shot, a rebound. Behind the net it goes. Rumps has it. And she'll keep it away. Drops it up at the top for Nolan. Nolan down to the left quarter for Sitterly. She gets hit off the puck, and now it's touched by Michigan. And with 7:29 and 42 seconds to go, we'll get 5-on-3 for Michigan here. As Humphreys makes her way back to her net. Tripping's going to be the call. Gordon in the box for 2 minutes. This might be the break Eastern needed. 5-on-3. You score 1. Guess what? You're still on the power play for a 5-on-4. 2 goals as good enough. A rifle one went wide. 2 goals would cut this lead in almost half. Down by 6 would cut it to 4. Nolan, slap shot. That one goes high. And now it's loose. She'll circle towards the center. One time to Sitterly. Fanned on that one. Nolan with a dive to keep it in the zone. What a play by her. Nolan, a slap shot on a one-timer blocked. Goes behind the net for Sitterly. Sitterly up to Goodenough. Sydney Goodenough, her shot. And flashing the leather. Avery Schiff freezes that one up. 2 seconds on the McGough penalty. 1:21 on the Gordon trip. 7-1 the score here at Arctic Edge Ice Arena in this crosstown matchup between Ypsilanti and Ann Arbor. Puck gets dropped to the right side circle. Michigan clears one penalty off. We'll see if they can do a second as that shot gets kind of blocked in the way by Heater. And Michigan clears. Costello flings one off the boards. And now Lindahl drops it off. Right side corner for Garvey. Costello just kind of shoved her out of the way. Boxed her up, played it nicely. Here comes Sydney Heater. Drops it off Rumps. Her shot wide right. Iris Newland at the top. Her shot gets redirected up and just high. Costello fighting to keep it in right at the blue line. She does, only for a moment before it's dumped left corner. And then picked up by Iris Newland behind her net. Under 30 seconds on the power play for Eastern. EJ Middendorf has that one taken away. Into the slot, short-handed and scoring. Lindahl. The captain, Julia Lindahl, right nets her second of the game. 8-1 on a shorty. You see a captain steadily talking to her goalie. It's a tough game for her. But goalies are going to have this game. It's going to be all about how she can bounce back tomorrow and going into playoffs. She's been their number one option all season long. She hasn't been shelved like this all season. She had a 68 save game where she let up 4 goals on 72 shots. Like, it's not often that you get 4 past her, let alone 8. And with 5.5 to go, 8-1 is the score. As it's Gordon out of the box with the puck. And she'll send one on net. It's loose in the slot. Nolan kind of cleaned that one away from the slot. Couldn't exit the zone. And into the slot it goes. Net is kind of off center. As Humphries will try to kind of push it back on. Referees will come in and fix it. 4:59, 8-1 the score. All Ann Arbor tonight here in Canton. As we'll go from the right side circle. Gordon on the draw for Michigan. Heater on the draw. And Rumps came in. And now she'll go coast to coast. Up top, Nolan. Nolan will fire one. A stick save, a rebound. Oh, what a save. The glove got there and knocked it out of the air. Avery Schiff, have yourself a night. My goodness, what a save. As that one goes careening towards her, no problem. Frozen up with 4:29 to go. As it's all just kind of formality to finish this one out here at Arctic Edge Ice Arena. Heater waiting on the draw for her dance partner. And now they finally come in. Heater wins it. Newland dumped it to the corner. Michigan clears it out of the zone. Newland back to play it in her end zone. Hounded by Dilla. But Iris Newland making her presence known, going coast to coast, and then gets taken down. Ref's arm is in the air for a second. Thought there was a delayed penalty. Guess not. As Lutz will pick it up. Lutz backhands one into the right corner. Sitterly tries to give chase to get down there. Couldn't quite do it. Got beat out by a couple Michigan defenders. And then a pass to Lindahl. The captain looking for the Hattie. Middendorf got there to ride her off her initial lane as that one gets sent towards Humphries and save made. Good enough behind the net. Off the boards up to Lutz. Lutz to Middendorf right in front of the benches. Backhands one cross ice and taken away. That's A nice deke, a nice one. Again, a backhand wide for Garbaby. Couple nice moves. Shot went wide. Lindahl fires wide right. Malashevsky now. A Schultz circle. That one's redeflected out in front. In through the skates. Lindahl's going to fire on net. It's still loose. Humphreys plays it well. Costello just kind of picks it up and throws it. Not really sure if that one was legal, but refs didn't say anything. It got out of the crease at least, still in the zone. But I mean, with the scoreboard, refs might have just let that one go. But either way, no call. 2.5 to go in this third period. Toompuck right on the ice, picks up the puck, drops it off to Costello. Does Costello skate down that right side? Flips one behind the net, goes around the world. And Wolford trips up Leanna Phillips. No call on that one. Toompuck. She gets hooked. No call. Refs are kind of letting them play for this last 2 minutes left in the game. Wolford came in like a rocket on that one. And now Toompuck goes off the boards, tries to clear. She can't. Kept in the zone. And now it's out of the zone for Eastern. But Michigan tags right up. Flips one down. Wolford goes behind our net to pick it up. 1:35 left in the game. Wolford fires one off the boards all the way down. It goes. Icing waved off. Rump's got all the way down there first. Look at the speed and the hustle from the senior. Going to be sad to see her go next year. Still got 2 more games at least with the Eagles, but Carr comes in. She just gets smoked and goes careening into the net with Goodenough and out of the net. I can't even talk about what just happened. Carr got knocked down by Goodenough. They both slid into the net. As you saw, the net got knocked off. There we go. 1:09 to go in this third period. As Goodenough's covered in ice. We'll reset right side circle. 8-1. The score for Gordon and Heater to face off in duel. Gordon gets the better of her. That shot sticked away. Nolan flips one off the boards. Rumps tried to crib it, and Sydney Heater just laid a massive hit on Carr. She's slow to get up, but does. It's getting a little chippy as his shoulder gets laid. And now under a minute to go. Young comes and she gets knocked down. Sticks gets tied up with Heater. Heater playing physical. There's now Callis tries to go short side, one post, but Humphreys plays that post so well, doesn't really let any sliver of daylight as a bouncing puck goes towards the net, and she'll make the save. 20 seconds to go in this game. 8-1 the score here at Arctic Edge. As we'll go right side circle one more time in the Eagles' defensive zone. Puck's dropped, corralled, fired, and another glove save. I said one more time, but we're going to get another one from the right side circle. Is that one about 2 seconds off the clock before we'll get another freeze up and another face-off. One once again, same thing. Another shot, another glove. Well, that one didn't get frozen up, but Humphreys made the save with the glove. Newland clears it, and they'll just kind of rifle one more time on net before the final buzzer sounds on this one. 8-1, your final score here at Arctic Edge Ice Arena. Ann Arbor gets the best of Eastern on home ice. These teams play tomorrow once again. This time it'll be in Yost. But then the next time Eastern plays will be in playoffs. Last game on home ice for the season. Not sure how they wanted it to go, but I can tell you it wasn't like that. 8-1 the final in this one. It's been a fun year for me, been a fun year for the team. Signing off one last time, I'm Zach McConzick.